Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. My topic this morning will be the study of what do you call this? Cell phone. What do you call this? Charger. This is a cell phone charger, right? So what I am doing right now is that I would like to add an extension to this because I will be connecting this one here, the power supply of my FM radio. My FM radio actually needs 5 volts, so I need this one to inject a 5 volts here. But this cord here is actually too short to reach the plug. So what I will be doing is that I will add up this one so it will increase in length. But prior to that, for those who do not know yet something about cell phone charger, the output voltage of this cell phone charger is actually 5 volts plus. Okay, I will try to plug in this one now on the outlet. It's plugged in already. So this is the terminal. For an ordinary charger, there are only two lines coming out from the charger. It's either the positive terminal or negative terminal. But there are some chargers in which the wire that's coming from the charger is actually 4 or actually 5. Oh, 4. The other two is actually for the so-called that will be a communication link between the cell phone and the charger. But to power up the cell phone, it just needs the positive and negative. So this charger here is just an ordinary charger because it got only 2 wires here. The good charger that could communicate with the cell phone is actually the number of wires here is 4. So when you use that charger, the cell phone will know it if it's already what you call this fully charged, so it could stop the charger from charging the cell phone. But for this charger here, it's just an ordinary one. It got only 2 terminals here. This is the positive and this negative. Okay, so I will plug in this one, and I want to show you that the voltage coming from a charger is actually 5. The the minimum voltage for a charger should be 5 volts for a cell phone to be what you call discharged. But I would like to show you now. I got my multitester here set at volts DC. So I will be connecting the plus terminal to the red. It's not red, pink. Because the other one, it's white. It's either white or black. That will be the negative one. But in here, it's a pink and white. So the white one is the ground and the pink is the positive. The voltage is 5.3. That's the charging voltage going into our cell phone. Okay, so when that cell phone draws current, okay, this 5.3 will go to 5. So actually, the voltage that's going into our cell phone is actually 5 volts. At least it's more than 5 volts because if the cell phone needs 5 volts and you're charging it with only 5 volts, okay, you could not charge that cell phone efficiently because they are almost equal in voltage. So the voltage of the charger should be more than 5, and this is what's this, 5.3? 5.3. So when the cell phone draws current, okay, it will go to 5, then later on that cell phone will be charged. So this is just to show you that the voltage output of a charger is more than 5 volts. 5.3, 5.4, 5.5, but it will not be 5 because if it's 5, it's not more than enough to charge the cell phone. It could charge the cell phone, but it might not charge the cell phone up to a maximum of 5 volts. And here, the voltage is 5.3, so this 5.3 could charge that cell phone to approximately 5 volts. Okay, that's the way how to show you that the voltage of a charger for cell phones is 5.3, more than 5 volts. Okay, that's one knowledge on cell phone charger. Okay, the next one I will be showing you now. I will remove the charger from the plug. This is the cord that powers up my FM radio. It's too short and I would like to increase the length. Okay, so when my radio is up, I could plug this one to the outlet without any inconvenience. It's more than good enough. But this one here, it's too short, so I will add up something here. Okay. Coming from the radio, it's the same. The terminals are both pink and white, so this is plus, is minus. So it's easy to connect this one. We'll just, it will be something like this. So this will now be something like knowledge and soldering. So I'll be taking this one here. I will get a heat shrink tubing here. Okay, because I want that the solder connection will be insulated later on. Okay, then I will take the positive one. Positive one. It's too low. Hold on. I will shorten the heat shrink tubing. It's covering the one watt that I will be soldering. I will place a heat shrink tubing here. This will serve as an insulation later on after the soldering. So I will get the positive and the positive. I will connect it. I will connect it. So I will connect the ends. This is just a very thin wire because the current consumption of cell phones are just milliamperes, you know. Okay. So I connected the plus already. Okay. Then I will need a helping hand to hold this one. I connected the plus and the plus already, and I'm ready to connect that one by using a soldering gun. I got a soldering gun here. You see it? So this is digital. This is for soldering. This is for glue gun. We got a temperature thing here. So we know the temperature of the soldering gun while we are using. So I will open the soldering gun. Okay. The temperature now is around, hold on. See, 350. Okay, 350. Okay, I want to solder the passive terminal now. And the things needed are actually a soldering gun, a soldering face. This soldering face should be applied here on the terminal that will be soldered. So you'll get your screwdriver, then put something on the terminals that will be soldered. Okay? So the soldering paste was applied at the terminal to be soldered. And the next thing that we will be needing here is a solder. Right? It's a solder. When we melt this one to this terminal here by using a soldering gun, we are connecting the two terminals. Okay, right now the temperature of the soldering gun is 350. This is just a small tip soldering gun. To know if this soldering gun is ready to be used, you'll just do like this. And you can see that there's a smoke. And the tip of the soldering gun is already melted. This is actually ready to be used. To clean this one here, in electronics we got a sponge which is wet with water. So to clean the tip of the soldering gun, you'll just do like this. Okay? The sponge is moist, so it's clean. Okay? So before I will solder this one, I will try to put again that solder at the end of the soldering gun. And as you can see it's smoking, right? So this is ready to be used. And the way on how to solder is that you try to hit first the terminal to be soldered. So you'll get this one, you put this one on the terminals to be soldered, you hit it. Okay? You hit it. Then take your solder and melt it to that heated terminal. I think it's soldered already. See? The terminal is just too small. So actually, it's soldered already. Okay, I will try to lessen my temperature. I think it's very hot. I'll go to, I set it to 300. So the soldering gun is in the so-called standard mode, and as you can see it, the ends are actually got some solder. So to clean it while in standby mode, just get your moistened sponge, then try to clean it while this is on standby. Okay, it will not overheat because the soldering gun is temperature controlled by this. I think the terminal, that solder is already soldered. See? It's soldered already. And to fully connect this one, okay, I will try to do like this. Okay. I will put this one here on the other end, and the other one on the other end. And I will put the heat shrink tubing on top of the one that I soldered. I want to cover this one now with an insulation using a heat shrink tubing. This is a heat shrink tubing. Okay? So there will be no short circuit later on. Okay, I will shut off my soldering gun. I will switch on my blue gun. My blue gun is operating now. This is hot air. Okay? This is hot air. This is actually used to solder surface mount technology on computers, the one with the small pins going around. But this one here, you could use this one to shrink this tubing here. I'm heating the tubing so it will try to decrease in diameter, and then it will tighten the insulation around the one that's soldered. That's it. It's covered with an insulation already. So I will put down this one. I will shut off my blue gun, heat gun. Then I will switch on again my soldering gun. The positive terminals are now connected by soldering. I place a heat shrink tubing as an insulation on the soldered portion. Then I'm ready to connect the negative terminal. Also on the negative terminal, I will put also a heat shrink tubing. So I will insert this one here. Okay. Then I will try to connect the two negative terminals, the one with the colored white. These wires are just very thin. It's just like a hair-like wires, maybe 8 or 10. Okay. So these are the twisted connected negative terminal. Okay. So to solder this one, to connect this one, again, we need the soldering paste. Okay. We apply it on the terminal. Okay. So that's the use of a soldering paste. Don't try to inhale the smoke of this one, because actually this came from what is so-called the uh, moisture, the fluid content of the bark of a tree. That's where this thing came from. So if you try to heat this one and it will smoke, don't try to inhale it because you might get cancer. Okay. The terminals are twisted together. I put a soldering paste which came from the fluid of a bark of a tree, and this is toxic. This will be, if you do like this, okay, it will smoke, right? Don't try to inhale that smoke. You might get cancer. Okay. And to connect the negative terminal, the white and the white, the soldering gun is now what you call this, heated up. As you can see, it's smoking, right? I think the ends are a little bit dirty, so I would like to remove the residual solder over there. Before I will try to heat up the terminal, I would like to show you that my soldering gun is hot already. It's hot. So the proper way on how to solder, you try to get your soldering gun, try to heat up the terminal to be soldered. You make it hot. Then when you think the terminal is hot, try to put the solder on the terminal. So I think it's being blown by my electric fan. I think I needed more soldering paste, because the solder will not connect to the terminal without the soldering paste, you know. So I'll try to do like this. I will hit the terminal, it will smoke, then I will put the solder. I think that's it. The terminals are not thick. It's just here like what you call this wire. So I will not be needing the soldering gun. I will shut off the soldering gun. Then I will try to open my blue gun, my heat gun. Okay. The negative terminal is already soldered, see? Okay. So I will trim the ends. Okay. I will try to straighten this one, and I will put the heat shrink tubing on that part which was soldered, then I will try to glue that heat shrink tubing to put the insulation. This is a heat gun. I'm now shrinking the tubing so it will try to insulate the soldered portion. Okay, that's it, guys. The terminals to be connected are now connected. The positive is soldered, it's covered with the heat shrink tubing. The negative terminal is soldered, it's connected. The heat shrink tubing is also what I call this covered. So we are ready to put tape on this one. Put tape on this one. I will try to hold this one with this so I could tape this one with a strong force. Okay. I am putting a tape on the heat shrink tubing so they will not move, and we try to avoid the positive and negative terminal from contacting each other while the charger or the power supply is plugged in, so we avoid short circuit. Okay, we avoid short circuit. I will try to remove my soldering gun here. I will shut off this one. Okay. And to show you that this was actually working, okay, I'll try to plug in the charger, and as you can see it, my radio is alive. Okay, I made the connection already here. Okay, it was off. So if I ever use my radio, I will plug in this one as a power supply, and to show you that it's working, it's working. It's working. Okay? So the topic for this morning is regarding the voltage of a cell phone charger. Like what I said, it's more than 5 volts. And what I did, to teach you also how to solder the right way. So actually, I made an extension of this wire here. So if I'm using my radio, I could plug in this one, and this will reach my outlet. Okay. Uh, Good morning from Los Angeles. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. What I presented is the way how a voltage of a cell phone charger how much will be. I've shown you that it's more than 5.3 volts. And the other thing that I have shown you is the way on how to solder connections the proper way. Okay? So I soldered this one. I put a heat shrink tubing on the soldered portion. Then I tape it again. So I will be avoiding the disastrous thing in which the plus and minus will be connected during some time during abnormal operation, and to avoid that one, I put a tape around them. So the heat shrink tubing will not move away from the soldered portion. Good morning from Los Angeles. Professor David J. De Los Reyes.